Hey there, welcome back to the Smell of Logic channel. I am Ramona, and today's reading the Reddit stories. We're going to do best days ever stories. A couple of samples of people's best days ever. So here we go. Ready? Number one, it's between two for me. One is the day my girlfriend confessed her feelings for me, and the other was when I was on a state championship winning soccer team. For anyone curious, the state championship was in the running in part because my now girlfriend was there to see it. Number two, about a year after I got sober, I realized that I was just happy for no reason at all. I didn't have to try to be like that, as I had been for about a decade. I was just happy and content and doing nothing special or significant at all. It just felt good. I laughed the entire day. I was just so excited to be free of all the hell that addiction was, finally. I had forgotten what it was like to be happy without artificially doing so, and it felt effing good. Number three. When my son was about 3 or 4, a girlfriend and I took him to Traverse City to visit my aunt and uncle, who was like a father figure to me. The city was hosting a cherry festival during summer, and it was unbelievably comfortable. We all went to the beach, crystal clear waters, smooth stones. My son loved planes and got to see the blue angels fly overhead. He just loved it. My girlfriend was being goofy and wonderful. The three of us walked through some merchant tents and rode the Ferris wheel, snapped a few funny pictures. The girl is gone now. She got married and had a couple of kids. It was my fault it ended. I was young and insanely foolish and despicably hurtful. But I've looked back on that day for 6 years now, realizing that was probably the happiest, warmest, most comfortable day of my life, sharing it with the two of them. Number 4. The day I ran into, literally, my future wife at the airport. We were neighbors and best friends growing up. She used to come over and spend the night at my place whenever her parents would fight. As we got older, the fights grew more frequent. However, she had a bag in my room with everything she'd need to stay over. The summer before our senior year, we finally crossed the line and started dating. Then her parents had a particularly bad fight, and my parents were given no choice but to call CPS. Her aunt, who lived halfway across the country, took her in, and we had an emotional parting. I thought I'd never see her again. Cut to a few years after college, and I'm in Vegas trying to catch a connecting flight to LAX on my way to a conference in Seoul. I look down at my phone and then feel someone run right into me. I fell to the floor. When I open my eyes, I see her. We both recognize each other immediately. She was in town for a convention. We decided to catch up at the airport bar. We both revealed that we hadn't been able to move on from one another. I called my boss and told him I missed my flight. She had a free day before the convention, so I suggested that we go sightseeing. I knew that this was fate, so I booked a fancy car and found a full-service wedding chapel. While sightseeing, I asked her to close her eyes. Then I pull up to the chapel and guide her inside. I ask her to open her eyes after a minute, and I'm on my knee with a ring. We got married a few minutes later and have been happily married ever since, except for a crisis last year. We have twin daughters and her much younger sister, whom we are now legal guardians of. I'll never forget that day and how it formed my belief in fate. Number 5. In junior high and high school, I'd spent every midwinter break at Mount Hood, first several years with a YMCA camp, but later with just my dad and my best friend. Anyway, we arrived in the afternoon and had planned to just get to our room and ski at Meadows in the morning. However, when we got there, we realized that Ski Bowl had been closed for the last 2 days and was about to open up for night skiing only that day. It had over 4 feet of untouched powder, and barely anyone was there. Best night of skiing ever. That entire week was amazing, too. Snowed a ton every single night, with bluebirds every single day. Number 6. Probably the day I knew that my dog wouldn't die. About 2 or 3 years ago, I had a pretty shitty summer. I lost a really important dog, and about 2 months later, my other dog became sick. She was vomiting all over the place for a few days, and we finally went to the vet. They did give some medicine to her, hoping that that would help. Well, it didn't. We had to go back the next day because she didn't vomit for a few hours and then started again. They gave her more medicine, and we gave her less food, but no, she was still vomiting. When we saw that this didn't work, we went back to the vet again, but this time they did a surgery on her, but found nothing. We spent days and nights at the vet trying to figure out what was wrong, but they found nothing. Our last hope was to go to some expensive-ass vet in another city. Well, we left her there for a few days, except we had to visit her because she wouldn't even go outside without me or my mom. After maybe 2 days, they found out that she was super allergic to something, but they couldn't find out what she was allergic to, and we had to start buying her food from another country, and of course it's expensive. This whole episode lasted maybe a week, and I had no hope because of the loss of my other dog. That one didn't stay alive, even though she'd started to look better. I'm happy that this one didn't end similarly, and that she's still here with me. Number 7. Maybe not ever, but definitely my top 5. The happiest and best day of the year so far was my cat's birthday. The kind of happy that you feel so vivid that you have to stop and think, I'm actually so happy. I want to share this feeling. My friends came over and we were together for the first time in so long, and we all played with my cat and gave him cake made of liquid and solid treats, and watched him eat it. He was really confused and happy about all the attention and treats. My friends and I had so much fun just talking to each other and being around one another. It still warms my heart to think about it. I felt so much love for my friends. I was really emotional over my cat turning 1. I smiled so much that my face hurt for the entire night. I was so anxious and depressed for so long, and this day changed so much for me. I remembered what love and happiness actually felt like. Thinking of how I felt this day still gives me hope for the future. And number 8. Probably my favorite memory ever. I even wrote it down in a notebook so I wouldn't forget. I watched a movie with my mom. Then my friends came to my house and asked if I wanted to walk to the store with them. I said yes. We got there and I saw some guy wave us down. He gestured to come into the store. We went in, and as an opening gift, we got 2 free donuts. Then we continued to the gas station, and I got a Twix and a coffee. After that, we went to the park and had a picnic. We even joked about how the guy at the gas station was definitely high out of his mind. We started to bury each other in the sand box, and we played music and took pictures. I even got ice cream for them and myself, since the truck happened to be passing by. It wasn't significant, but it was just a really good memory, and I hadn't had that much fun in a really, really long time. Number 9. My book launch was a little over 5 years ago, and it was on my birthday, too. Number 10. Being 16, sitting in the local park and kissing my girlfriend, now wife, for the first time. The rush of endorphins and the feeling of acceptance from her and the warmth in my soul. My wedding day was lovely. My daughter's birth was amazing. But the feeling of elation from that first kiss was just something I tried to recapture with my wife every day. So there you go. There's a couple of stories about the people's best days ever. If you'd like, leave your best day ever comment down below. Go check out another video. There's a whole bunch here on the channel. And hope you have enjoyed this. And we'll talk to you later. Bye.